Namaste. Welcome to Om. Today I'm going to presenting an version of Operation Sindoor original details and Pakistani fake propaganda narration. Let's get into our topic. In the early hour of May 7, 2025, the Indian Armed Forces launched Operation Sindoor, hitting terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, from where terrorist attacks against India have been planned and directed. The strikes, which lasted from 1:05 am to 1:30 am on May 7th, were carried out jointly by the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, took the lives of 70 to 90 terrorists and more than 60 were left injured, sufficiently degrading the operational capability of these groups. The attack was carried out as a response to the barbaric Pahalgam terrorist attack, in which 25 Indian civilians and 1 Nepali citizen were killed. Now, let's see how Pakistani fake propaganda narration is going on social media and in the nation inside too. They say shot 5 Indian jets. Wow. This Pakistani falsely claimed to have shot down 5 Indian fighter jets, including 4 Rafales, 1 Sukhoi 30 and 1 more MiG-29, following India's retaliatory strikes on May 7th. That's too funny, right? Papam. Pakistan is still in daydream because they have no sleep in the night, right? It's okay, let them be in their own hallucinations. Now, see how they are posting on their social media. Have a look. And one more funny thing is, Pakistani channels propagated this fake news by using visuals from the 2021 MiG-21 fighter jet crash in Moga, Punjab, to falsely support their claim of shooting down Indian jets. This deliberate propaganda mislead viewers by misrepresenting outdated footage as evidence of a recent event. And now, what Pakistan Defense Minister claimed on capturing Indian soldiers? Haha. He said that, Khwaja Asif initially claimed that captured Indian soldiers during Operation Sindoor and taken as prisoners. It's a big joke. We must laugh again. However, this propaganda quickly crumbled when India confirmed 0 casualties from the operation. Faced with this undeniable truth, Khwaja Asif was forced to backtrack, eventually retracting his state and acknowledging that no Indian soldier had been captured or held as a prisoners. That's it. And that's the fact, my dear friends. Now, Pakistani officials claimed that Operation Sindoor claimed the lives of citizens, including women and children. Now they started playing victim drama for showing women and child as always. Palestine story same. Pakistan is reported 9 civilians, including a child, killed and 30 others were injured in Kotli and Bahawalpur. Pakistani media claimed civilians target like mosques were hit. My question, what civilians and women, childs are doing mosque in the midnight? Women are not allowed in mosque. Actually, now you decide what is true. However, India made it clear that the operation specially targeted terrorist camps and headquarters and madrasas where these barbaric people stays, and such Hafiz Syed and Masood Azhar, with no Pakistani military facilities being struck. The real question arises. So, how could civilians be injured in terrorist camps, and why were women and children present in madrasas or terrorist camps during the midnight of May 7th, a time when they should not have been such locations? This raises serious doubts and questions about credibility of Pakistani narrative. Again, now you need to decide. Actually, the key facts are Indian Ministry of Defense said in a statement the strikes targeted 9 terrorist infrastructure sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, attacked in 200 acres area where all these kind of terrorist organizations were held, and added that they were focused and measured and non-escalatory in nature. India seriously claimed no Pakistani military facilities were hit by the strike and said the military operation, which it has dubbed Operation Sindoor, underscored India's resolves to hold perpetrators accountable while avoiding unnecessary provocations. Now, let's see targets of the operation places. The targets were selected based on credible intelligence, with the facilities mentioned right here. See this. Sabai Nala, Muzaffarabad, 30 kilometers from LOC. Saina Bilal, Muzaffarabad. Third, Gulpar Camp, Kotli, 30 kilometers from LOC. Fourth, Barnala Camp, Bhimber 9 kilometers from LOC. 5th, Kotli Abbas 30 kilometers from LOC destroyed at 1:04 am. 6th, Sajjal Silkot inside Pakistan 6 kilometers from the international border. 7th, Mahmoona Joya Silakot inside Pakistan 12 to 18 kilometers from the border. 8th, Markash Taiba Muridke inside Pakistan 18 to 25 kilometers from the border. Finally, 9th spot, Markat Subhanallah Bahawalpur inside Pakistan 100 kilometers distance. Now finally I conclude with this. Unlike the 2016 Uri surgical strikes and 2019 Balakot airstrikes or other past Indian operations, Operation Sindoor was technically robust, expensive and unlike any mission India has ever carried out. Yes, Operation Sindoor was not only the most expensive cross-border strike conducted by India since the Balakot operation, but also represented an evolution in India's strategic posture. The Indian Army ensured that the terrorist training camps and the terrorists likely to be sent across to India re-attacked and no military base of the Pakistan government or civilians were harmed. Now I will tell the difference between Modi government and the Pakistanis on how to tackle terrorism, which they have been shielding for decades. For the first time, the 1971 India-Pakistan war, all three services of the Indian Armed Forces struck the terror camps, making sure justice is served to those whose families are suffering because of the Pahalgam attack now. This Operation Sindoor makes an evolution in India's counter-terror strategy, swift, precise and uncompromising. Reflecting the BJP's resolve to ensure national security and terror-free India through this operation, the message is very clear to the neighbors: no more terrorism. The operation has also brought together the Indian opposition parties like Congress, AAP and regional parties and praising action taken by the Modi government and hailing the action as a necessary response towards cross-border terrorism. This is the fact is all about. Now you think and you decide which is right and which is false narrative by Pakistan. Thank you so much for watching my video. It's not my voice and it's people voice. Please like the video. It will reach to many people. Thank you. I will see you again in next video. Till then, stay safe and be brave. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. I'm feeling like to say Jai Bhavani.